Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. A pretty blustery day here at the range, and this is the last video I'm filming of the day, so you've probably heard that in other videos recently. But perfect conditions for trying to mask some of the sound that the 22 makes, because we're doing some suppressed 22 shooting out of a pistol. So this is my SIG P322. No issues still. I know there were a lot at the beginning with multiple people, but I have not had any issues. And like in another video that I made that came out, I also made this video a couple of weeks ago, but none of the sound recorded, so I'm here doing it again. It's Dead Air Mask 22, HD 22, and this is a multi-caliber suppressor, and the pistol is the SIG P322. We're going to be shooting some CCI mini mag. It's a 36 grain projectile traveling at 1260 feet per second, maybe, probably less. And then we have some Winchester super suppressed 45 grain. Is 22 suppressed out of a pistol quieter than out of a rifle? You know, here you have the slide action going back and forth, whereas in a rifle you have the bolt going back and forth. Unless you're a bolt action, then all you're going to hear is the trigger, really. But there's no way to silence that, right? So let's just see how quiet this is. When you're aiming for the steel, it doesn't make much noise. The steel is way louder than the action itself. There's a berm right there. I am not flagging anybody, just so you know. So if I aim into the berm itself, now that's not subsonic ammo, and we're back and not flagging anybody. That was quieter, but you still hear the action, the slide going back and forth. So this is 45 grain subsonic ammunition now. So we'll do a couple into the steel again. Hitting the steel is definitely loud. Going right into the berm, there's no way around the action of the slide going back and forth. So when you watch the movies and there's no recoil, and they only mimic this sound. They don't mimic this sound, which is incredibly loud, all things considered. So I really wanted to have a super quiet setup for frog hunting in my neighborhood, but it's just not movie quiet. The movies are very, very misleading about how quiet firearms are, and that's where the public gains their perception of how quiet firearms actually are. There's no way to get rid of that sound, and you will hear that sound when you fire this weapon. So we're going to shoot a little bit more just because it's fun, and we're going to just kind of measure the sound. Obviously on the steel, it's very loud, and into the berm you hear this action, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is some more of that Winchester. Very loud when it hits the steel, if I hit the steel. If we were to go right into the berm again, you just can't remove the action. I wonder if we did an empty magazine and it locked back. Let's see. So I've got an empty magazine in here, and we're going to shoot into the berm, and it should lock back. That is the quietest that it will go. So if you notice, we're going to do a very slow tack reload, and then drop the mag. That is the quietest it'll go. But are you going to load? I mean, I guess I could just load one round in there for frog hunting. because that's loud and that wasn't. That's interesting. I'm going to do that again now. Now that, hey, we're working on the fly here. So I'm going to load each magazine. I'm off camera right now. I'm going to load each magazine with 2 rounds. All right, now we have 2 rounds in the magazine. I have 2 rounds and 2 magazines. And so the first round, when it is discharged, it's going to cycle the slide. And then the second round, it will lock back. You should be able to hear pretty well because of the microphone being right here. So let's listen carefully. Yeah, so it doesn't have that second bang, because this is doot doot, and then that one's just doot. Well, this one's discharge, impact, slide. And that one was just discharge and impact, no slide. So let's try that one more time. So we're going to do discharge, impact, slide, which the slide, you don't really hear the discharge. You hear the impact and the slide. And then this one, you're really just going to hear the impact. Yep. So pretty quiet when this slide gets locked back. So I don't know, this is stuff that comes into my mind and I just want to test it. So if I do go frog hunting, if there are frogs that need to be exterminated, I'll probably just use 1 magazine or 1 round in the magazine as to not raise suspicion amongst the community. So I just problem solved on camera. Pretty interesting stuff. Doing that little test. If I were to go out for frogs, I would definitely use 1 round in the magazine because I won't have that additional sound of the slide coming back forward. I have to use a magazine so that it locks back, but because if I didn't use a magazine, there's no last round bolt hold open, so the slide will cycle. So you have to use 1 round in the magazine, and that will lock the slide back, so we'll only get impact, and I will be at a downward angle into the ground. So it's not like I'm hitting steel or doing it on concrete or anything. So I like problem solving, and this definitely solved some problems. The only thing, now if I'm going to use 1 round only, I wonder how the colibri would sound, the 22 colibri. I still have some of it left. I know people comment on my video still about the 22 colibri and that you can't find it. I'm going to have to, I wish I brought it because that would be a really cool test. So having 1 round of colibri in the magazine going through here, because I don't need it to cycle, that would probably be pretty amazing. So I think we just created another video to film. But that's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next video.